Hello, welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. We have another 3 stories for you today. We have ice cream at home. You're gonna need to repeat that back to me. Double MC. And the Home Depot lady being Snooty. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Alright, let's get started. Our first story. We have ice cream at home. For context, my girlfriend and I have been living together for almost 4 years now. We also work opposite shifts. I work 12 hours overnight at an elder care facility, and she works at a desk job from 9 to 5. Because of these opposite schedules, there are a lot of meals that we don't eat together, such as lunch and dinner. I work 12-hour shifts only 3 days a week. At least 4 days a week when I am home, and we can eat dinner together. This past summer, she felt that we were eating out too much and needed to focus on eating the food that we already had. I did not feel this was true, but I did not want to argue with her about it. We could definitely cut back on eating out, but I did not believe it was as drastic as she did. We each had meals and food that we could prepare for ourselves when the other was not around. I kept a good inventory of what food I had available for myself. We slowly worked away at the food in our pantry, fridge, and freezer, making sure we didn't let things expire. I believe this all started because we didn't get to a loaf of bread in time because I'm the only one that makes sandwiches that I take to work. I also take Smucker's Uncrustables because I can only do a deli meat sandwich so often. I don't eat the bread every day, so there can be some days when the bread goes unused. With all that out of the way, here's the main event. It was a warm summer evening, and I suggested we go out for ice cream after dinner. She liked the idea and was excited to go out. Then I remembered that we had ice cream in our freezer. There was a leftover Cold Stone special ice cream, the Nintendo Kirby Cup, and there was also a quarter pint of Ben & Jerry's cotton candy. It looks like we didn't have to go out for ice cream after all. She begrudgingly ate her leftover Kirby while I finished off the cotton candy. I took her out for ice cream the next week. I've seen a few comments saying this isn't malicious, so here are a few more details. The Kirby ice cream had been sitting in the freezer for a few weeks from the last time we went out. She had ordered it because she loves pink and had been on a Kirby kick since we got Forgotten Land on the Nintendo Switch. She also really enjoys strawberries, which the Cold Stone promotional item had. Well, it turns out she doesn't care for them when they're cold or frozen, and she ended up not liking them but didn't want to waste them, so she put them in the freezer. I had essentially forced her to finish what she started. Our next story. You're gonna need to repeat that back to me. Double MC. Hey y'all, it's drive-thru op again. I'll start off by saying this: if you ever feel petty enough to ruin a drive-thru person's day at work, ask them to repeat the order back. This isn't because it takes too long, or it's difficult, so much as it is insulting to our intelligence. I still do it with a smile, mostly, but not this evening. When a car drives through the drive-thru, it sets the sensor off instantly, and we hear everything everyone in the car says. My headset beeps, I greet the customer, and I hear, "Oh sweet mellow yellow peach." I asked whether he wanted a small, medium, or large. No asshat, not you. How about you pay attention? Enter the first MC. I'll pay attention all right. In the meantime, I tell him to let me know when he's ready. He places his order in the most convoluted way possible, insulting me directly in between each item. I even do him the favor of making his items a combo, because I've learned that, when in doubt, err towards nice. He then stops me as I'm about to say the total. Look dude, you're going to need to repeat that back to me. I know you messed that shit up. He had a very rude tone the whole way, which I'm learning to be better at picking up in my twilight years. 46. Enter MC Part 2, which unlocks Part 1. Time to employ my memory and voice acting skills. You got it, sir. In my California Surfer, Keanu Reeves voice. Dude, sweet mellow yellow peach. I then go back to my voice for my parts. Small, medium, or large. No asshat, not you. Well, let me know when you're ready. Okay man, I want a bacon burger, a big one. Which one, sir? Look dummy, a bacon burger. I keep going back and forth, switching between an exaggerated and insulting California dude crush voice and my regular voice. In each of the 5 times he called me a name in the transcript, I pronounced it in my voice, so it's me insulting him with his own words. My manager, Bruce, jumped behind the ice machine to laugh his arse off in full support of my churlishness. I repeated like 98% of the conversation verbatim, right up to the request to repeat it back to me. He finally says, "You know what, goodbye, and go fork yourself." I say, "Have a nice evening," and wave to a man who was in the process of ruining his tires just to make a gesture with his hands toward me as he unsuccessfully passes the drive-through window. I couldn't have planned it any better. As he hopped the right curb, he seriously popped his tire. The best part? The 2 family nuggets he ordered, 50 nuggets for $11.99, didn't have to be made. Bruce was happier than any of us about this, as the cost of the company was so great. This guy disappeared into a flurry of yellow lights, clanking chains, and customers with cars full of food, hopefully, never to be heard from again. And our last story. The Home Depot lady being snooty. My story isn't too crazy or anything, but it feels like it belongs here. The Home Depot is about 30 minutes away from my house. I bought 5 packs of 2 light bulbs, each of those Philips LED light bulbs that look like vintage incandescent lights from the 1900s. They cost a pretty penny, and one of them was broken. I didn't want to return a pack of them because only one was broken. I drove 30 minutes to go get an exchange, instead of a refund, seeing that it's more environmentally friendly as they would throw a working and non-working one away. I asked nicely if I could get an exchange and explained why I asked and thought this way. The lady just kept flatly saying no and denying me, no matter what I asked. Her response to everything was, "The receipt says 2 in a box, exchange 2 or refund 2. There was no way I was going to drive 90 minutes total to exchange or refund a light bulb. Malicious compliance. "You know, I can just buy another pack and return it this time." She goes, "You shouldn't do that. That's not nice." She watches me pick up a new box, smile at her, go pay, exchange the bulb in her face, and walk back up to her. "Refund please. One bulb isn't working, and now you've just made us both waste time and throw out one absolutely fine light bulb." Well, that's all for this video. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one.